Hello, today in this session we are going to look at how to navigate to and configure the student profile page in Illuminate. The student profile page can be accessed in a number of ways. One way is by searching for students through students and then selecting search 2.0. From here you're going to type in the student's last name or student number or any other identifier to locate that student. And then once you find that student, just click on the blue hyperlink next to the name that is highlighted, and that will take you directly to the student profile page. Another way that you can search for students is by selecting Student List, which is just under Search 2.0, and then this is also on the Students tab, and then select your class or session, and then search for the student and click on the blue hyperlinked student number next to the student. You can also access the student profile page by going directly to the demographic details page, and then from here, just select Student Profile tab. The profile page can also be accessed from any assessment with data in it by clicking on the blue hyperlinked student number within that assessment. Once you get to the student profile page, if you have never accessed this before, you will want to configure the student profile page. So you can add widgets by clicking on the Add Widgets tab, and then here you will see a variety of widgets that are available for you to add. There is a custom report widget that you can add, and when you add this widget, you can attach any custom report that you have created to the widget, and it will become a standalone widget within the student profile. Just note that this is going to be a widget for all of your students, so depending on what that data is, if it's grade specific, it may not be the best choice, and maybe we'll need to come up with another solution for you on getting this data into the profile. But you can add widgets by just clicking on the Add Widgets tab. One thing to note in the State Assessment Overview and Question Group widget, the default is set to MEEP. So you will want to uncheck MEEP and then select MSTEP. This will pull in all MSTEP data. I would also recommend checking My Access as well as WIDA, and then selecting the various school years. You can also select the different subject levels, and this will pull in any MSTEP data that student has taken. There's also a State Assessment Question Group widget. Again, this is set to MEEP, so you will want to uncheck MEEP, and when you're configuring your student profile page, select MSTEP and My Access. Once you do this once, it will hold your settings every time, so you will not need to do this every time you log in. And it will also hold these settings for every student. Again, select your test years and then subject. And here you will see the question group breakdown for the subject areas that you have selected for that student. You can also view schedule and enrollment history. If you would like to just select the current schedule only, just make sure you have current only checked. You can also select show all, and then you also have enrollment history as a widget. If you notice, there is a download tab in each of these widgets. I just wanted to make a note that and let you know that you can download any of this information within each widget by clicking on the download tab. It will download it into an Adobe PDF file. You can also view assessment and common assessment data through the assessments widget. One thing I would recommend is just selecting the school year that you would like to view. You can add multiple years to look at past years' assessments. I would recommend just using these filters unless you know specifically which subject and that tag has been attached to that assessment. Otherwise, you may get no results here. If you are looking for an assessment and you know the specific assessment, you can also type it in search assessments, and that will provide that search for you. But if you clear all of your filters and make sure these are empty and just select the academic year that you're looking for, it will pull in all of the assessment that the students have taken during that academic year. You can also view attendance data from the attendance widget and select which school year that you would like to view by clicking on the drop-down. You also have access to the student's portal view in the portal view widget. This is what the student will see when they are logging into their student portal. So I have seen where teachers might want to see what their assessment looks like when their student is logged into their portal. And to do this, just click on the Assessments tab, and then you can see any pending assessments, and then also any assessments that the student has taken, and see what the student sees in their portal. There's also an assessment standard progress widget. Now this only works if standards are attached to the assessment. So for example, I know that math standards have been attached. For example, I know that math standards have been attached to all of the math common assessments. So this is one thing that you can search standards for by selecting math, and then I have put a date range here to view all of the standards that the student has worked towards in that particular time frame. SAT and PSAT data is also uploaded into Illuminate, and there is an SAT and PSAT widget. Here you will see all of the students' PSAT and SAT data, and if you would like to view the test details, just click on the drop down and then you will see the subscores and test score detail. There is also a legend at the bottom of this widget that indicates student progress. Transcripts have recently been integrated with Illuminate, and you can view transcripts by term by clicking on the drop-down, selecting the term that you would like to view, and then see the student's transcript data. And that is an overview of how to navigate to and configure the student profile within Illuminate.